Okay, guys, I won't waste your time. The INT MAJIN VEGETA EZA details just dropped, and so we're gonna look at basically the community reaction to see what people are saying on Twitter about the INT MAJIN VEGETA EZA details. Didn't need to say it twice, but here we go. Our first one. This really says a lot, I think, about the community opinion of the EZA. Now do this one. Ooh. Vegeta's reaching down there. It's like that meme. He's reaching. Somebody needs to do that on that second image. Continuing on. W fucking tweet, man. People are once again mad that they have to turn their brain on for this EZA. Holy victory lap. I hope y'all got y'all Trunks units ready. Dokkan players, when they have to actually use their brains for team building instead of just putting all the top 6 units on the team. This tweet is about the Majin Vegeta / Goku tag unit and the extreme class super class conditions, and I fully agree. Them just being like units having restrictions that don't let you just like slap all the like top units in the game on just one team is a-okay with me. I think if Dokkan continues to move forward with that kind of design, I'm really not bothered by it the way other people clearly are. Like, this guy's very much bothered by it, but it's like, yeah, bro, they're both tag Goku and Vegetas, but this unit's clearly designed to work on different teams and different setups than this unit is, and that's how they design the characters. And so, I mean, they can work together on certain setups, but it's definitely going to be a bit finicky. And so I don't think it's a bad thing, though. Like, it's not this is a negative thing, but for the game, it's not a negative thing. For these units and how good your team could possibly be, it's a negative thing. But for like how actually like how it impacts the game, I think it's fun and I think it's interesting. I don't think it's a bad thing. And this guy's like, people are mad to turn their brains on. Is it that they have to turn their brains on, or that the units are just factually worse and worse because they have to turn their brains on? It could be either one. It's not. I don't think the conditions are that big of a deal, but I hope y'all got your Trunks units ready. The issue with this isn't that you have to turn your brains on with your team building. It's that they don't, like, there's one Buu Saga Trunks, and it's a Dokkan Fest LR that dropped in part 3 of the GDC celebration. Like, I don't have that unit. I have every GDC LR except that unit as a free-to-play player. Like, that's not like a, I hope you got your Trunks units. Like, they're dropping presumably this EZA to help out this character's team, and then they choose to drop INT MAJIN VEGETA's EZA, who just like it's like very it's inconsistent on that team to have like a 220 Trunks on that's on, like, you know, the Buu Saga 220, and also be able to get like all the conditions up. Like, it's just, there's a bit too many holes. Like, if Vegeta's condition was a Trunks character, or like if they just made it like a Trunks or Vegeta family character, I would have been fine with that. But it's like, it's not that, oh, I hope I got you. They also made, like, they dropped a Trunks unit during the 11th anniversary. He was just kind of okay. He's just like good. He's not bad, but he needed to be a bit better, I think, in my opinion, for them to justify leaving this condition as just Trunks. And them not dropping any Buu Saga Trunks right now definitely negatively impacts that character as well. So it's like, I don't know. Like, it's not as straightforward with this point. Does the same point that applies to this character when it comes to needing to actually turn on your brain to build teams, once again, does not apply to INT MAJIN VEGETA's EZA. It doesn't. Time to prove everyone wrong, AGL Trunks. What's the response to this? I do wonder. He been proved everybody wrong. You're better off just running the physical Super EZA Trunks. 4 replies. Ooh, I wonder. They still don't have many setups. Not really, since he can lose guard. Only problem is that he is on a new LR lead. The guy who responded to Trunks or no changing. Okay, it's slop. He's not even that bad though. MF always lasts at the worst time. I mean, hey, like, it's I don't know. I have, dude, I'm not gonna lie, I have EGL Trunks at 55%. I'm scared. If I pull the new tag LR, like, I'm scared to use this unit on that team. I have this bookmarked. Buu Duo will be one, and they have like all these sacrifices. Like, I clearly this is from February 25th. This ended up coming to fruition. Them sacrificing it, Majin Vegeta, the 11th anniversary, Minato, ROF Blues, I Love Majin Buu Saga, sacrificing himself to do that. It came to. How is he worse than the ROF Blues? You are smoking some dick, some fat. Let me get ahead. I can't lie, I don't think there's been an EZA that made me less motivated to play the game than this guy. They are forcing me to use Trunks, even when there isn't a single good Trunks unit on the new LR's team. There is a single good Trunks unit on the new LR's team. There's one. The LR, am I crazy? Is that why people are saying this? Is the LR not on the new Tag LR's team? Am I crazy? Is that the LR's on the new Tag unit team? Like, I'm not going crazy here saying that, am I? That Trunks unit is on this team. What am I searching? Yeah, just Dokkan. PV, Dokkan Day, where's our leader skill? Our leader skill's right here. Oh, no, it's not right here, okay. Pure Sands, Corroded by Mind, or Gifted Warrior. They're on Gifted Warrior, aren't they? Are they not on Gifted Warrior? Oh my god, no, tell me that LR isn't on that team. If they're, I guess maybe they just aren't. Like, is that the case? If I pull this up, hopefully it doesn't just completely destroy my recording. For some reason, when I get on the Dokkan wiki, it's just like, I don't know, it just doesn't work out. Gohan. Are you on Gifted Warrior? Yeah, because you're considered a tag unit. You are on Gifted Warrior. You're a tag. You're not an exchange. Where is it? Yeah, Gifted Warrior. You are on the team. You're on it. Like, they're on this team. There is a single good Trunks unit on the team. It is very obvious. It's obvious who you run on that team, in my opinion. Would this unit work? Team would be wonky. Future Gohan's not a new LR's team. You seem to be forgetting a Dokkan Fest LR character on the team. Yeah, they missed the layup with the intro condition. Yeah, this is like, it was so free to change the intro condition, and they really just didn't do much with it. I don't think it's not a massive negative. I think, in my opinion, the biggest issue with this character is the rest of his kit besides the intro. The intro being like this isn't like I don't think it's that big of a deal, in my opinion. If they just had handled like the rest of it, like, if I think the issue with this character is that even with his intro up, he isn't doing enough. Like, that's my issue with this character, is that when the intro is up, he isn't doing enough. Like, I think this should have been like 20% right here, because look at this damn 30%, and then he gets another 20%, and then he gets 10%. It's like he's at 60% damage reduction, man. Like, I think he needed a little bit more, in my opinion. But I could be wrong, and he could just be fine with intro up. But to my knowledge, he needed more. He needed more right here. I think this should have been 20% right here. You could have bumped this up to 30%. Him having, with intro, if the intro can be restricted, if with it, he's crazy. Like, you could just add the extra 20% right here, so this is 50%. Like, if he's crazy with the intro, I'm fine with it being restricted. Or if the intro is restricted, but it's like they buff and, give us the Trunkses we need, then yeah, like, I'm fine with it, like, being restricted, because they're trying to fix the condition. Not a fan of his intro either, but why are people pretending there's no good Trunks unit? The hybrid trio is right there. Yeah, I have to fully agree. People need to remember that this unit exists. I mean, because minus 79%, most people don't even have this unit. Yeah, that's what I agree with. Most people don't have this unit is the issue, but to say there's none is kind of delusional. They clearly had this unit in mind, I think, when it comes to, because, like, look at the banner unit that released alongside INT Majin Vegeta was a just duo joined forces card of Trunks and Goten. And so it's like, this is clearly what they had in mind when they were thinking about that intro condition on this new LR's team. And so it's like the issue is that this character was a part 3 LR. Like they were just, people didn't have stones for them, people didn't summon for them. They presumably are going to return on the Sunday banner right here, but people just don't have them. Like they just don't. And I wouldn't blame. You could just stay as Gohan. Yeah, I don't know. Like you can just stay as Gohan. They can hide from pre-anniversary content after turn 1 in Majin just another Sunday EZA fumble. I don't know in what team did you use them, but with all support they're getting, they can easily take it. I'm not sure about Broly. Yeah, they're like you're kind of coping a bit. The Gohan unit is just fine in pretty much all difficult content. You also don't. This character doesn't need to like just be like a mainstay unit. Like if outside of their first and like active turns they're not like super crazy, you just like only use them on those turns. I'm pretty sure. What is the condition? Am I missing something about the condition on that character? It's pretty, I should have just kept them held up. It is pretty easy to my knowledge to get the active up. This character, like what is it, for 1 turn they get the guard, or not guard, they get the 40% damage reduction, and then with the rainbow key sphere and a 38%, and the 12 or more or 5 rainbow key spheres. So this is what you get on your active, presumably. 2 or more from the 3rd turn for character's entry turn. Yeah. 2 or more characters on the team starting for the 3rd turn for character's entry turn. You're probably not going to have this, and then starting from the 5th turn from the start of battle. So you'll probably have like 1 turn in between where they can sort of be caught a bit, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing. But Gohan is like he's not like a fish. Like you can use that character on this team and he'll do just fine. I think the biggest issue with this character, like I said, is that I think even with everything up, for how difficult everything is to get up, it's not enough, because you're also having to consider the new LR's conditions. Like it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. I don't know if people realize this, but the EZAs have been pretty bad for a while now. No justification. It's just flat not true. I would say we are continuing the usual rate of there being no rhyme or reason which EZAs are great, top tier, mid, or bad. Possibly. I mean, people have been pointing out all the Sunday units have been like really, really, like they didn't get good EZAs. So I'm very curious as to why like that's happening. Like is there's like this? He's like, oh yeah, there's no real reason. It's just happening. Like that's just what happens. I think in my opinion, it's incompetency. Like the devs are incompetent. We need to just accept that the devs are not very competent. They're not good at their jobs. They're not doing their jobs well, and they haven't been doing their jobs well for a while. Because if they were a good development team, this would not be the case. This is not a difficult thing like to balance these characters and make them good and have like good EZAs. It's not difficult. How many EZA units do you actually find yourself using? A lot of them, sure. What EZA are you using on to be OP screenshots or evidence? Do you really want to send all the screenshots of the newest stage being by Arwa Realm of Gods with the Arwa Blue as leaders? Do not, it needs to be game breaking to be useful. Then what is the point? Yeah, I don't know. Like it's just the issue with the community isn't that EZAs are like bad. It's that they're just good. And there are better units, and so I feel like maybe what I'm saying is like, oh, the devs are incompetent because the community is basing this EZA based off comparing it to other like best EZAs, like how good EZAs have been on release compared to the other characters in the game. And so if you look at like how good this guy is compared to like the best EZAs, I don't know who's a crazy EZA. Somebody was pointing out like Kai Goku. Like if you compare how good like to like Kai Goku, it's like Kai Goku slams him. And so we're comparing them to other units where maybe the devs are just comparing it to the difficult content. Maybe this Vegeta is going to be good in pretty much every difficult content stage. He's going to be fine. He's going to be really good as long as you have his conditions up. And it's not going to be difficult whatsoever on the new LR's team to beat these stages. So I think that's what the devs are going for. But unfortunately, that's just not what's as fun. Like people want to use units that are more fun. They want an EZA to drop. In my opinion, I think it's fine. I agree with it. People want EZAs to drop and for them to be more fun to use than the unit that dropped before them. And that's how you handle power creep. That's how you continuously make more fun and powerful characters. But it's just like I don't think that's the way the devs are handling it, unfortunately. Oh my god, bro, please let this Dokkan World stuff end. Or please end this Dokkan World stuff. We cannot keep doing this. And it's just a Dokkan World clip of him taking 200k from a Bio Broly normal. It's like, dude, we have to stop on the, like, out of, like, just random situation. Look at this. He took a bunch. Like, we have to consider stuff. Like, look at this team. Oh my god. Mute. What is this team? Like the new LR can handle slot 1 and like give massive support. Let's just go look. The new LR, like, dude, you are judging these characters off of his release literally will not exist without this LR on the team. Look at this LR's, like, look at what they're doing. Like, let's look at Goku, like, here. I guess I'll pull up this one. Like, Goku is literally just like, he's just giving 50%. All allied attacking defense was 20%. Plus additional attacking defense for characters also belong to the Majin Buu category when attacking. He's giving multiplicative 50% to this Vegeta. You could just add that right here. He's giving phase 2 support 50% right there. He's doing, like, on his super attack effect, he's giving more. It's like, dude, I don't know. Like, what is, like, the justification for, like, ever thinking that that situation on Dokkan World means something? Because it doesn't. Like, like, you want to use this unit either, I think, on the Vegeta family team or on the I guess that was the Vegeta family. That was the Diamond Vegeta family team. That's why we saw, like, Diamond Super Saiyan 4 Goku, right? That's what that was, right? Hopefully. Oh, it's so loud. Yeah, that's not what it was. It was the kid Diamond Super Saiyan, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess I can't see if you even have a Trunks on the team. I don't know. He double super and he took 200k from Bio Broly normal. What do you mean? Like, this is not like a situation you're ever gonna run. If you are running this unit, you're running them on Daima Vegeta's team, or you're running them on the new LR's team. That's where you run them. Like, that's what's happening. And guess what? You're getting crazy support on both those teams regardless. You know, we have 3 turn support on the super attack effects and stuff. Like, it's crazy. I think this is the last one. He can barely survive a 10 million damage boss super attack before attacking. They kept the Trunks condition. They completely fumbled him. This is absolute insult to the players. Before attacking, like, I don't know. Did you use this unit on release, man? Like, this unit on release this looks like kind of what he was on release, except a bit weaker defensively. People talked about that. I saw somebody talk, maybe it was Platty in particular. Platty has been particularly negative recently. This guy, he's getting a bit fed up with Dokkan, and he's falling into, like, the negative groups that are just being a bit like sticklers of everything Dokkan does. This is an absolute insult to the players. Like, it is an insult to them. This is probably the only true thing in here. Like, oh yeah, they kept the Trunks condition. They did keep the Trunks condition. Maybe this is true. I can see how, yeah, it probably is true. This is an absolute insult to the players. This is the most true thing because they did not completely fumble him. The condition did get changed to not be just Trunks. This is very situational. You're probably talking about him with no support when we're talking about teams that are just have support flowing everywhere. And we're talking about, like, their main LR is a slot 1 character that can easily, like, you know, also have better situations and is like a dodging and supporting. Like, it's really situational to even, like, this is what I'm saying about, like, somebody would show the calcs and they'll be like, look, Majin Vegeta, even if you get all his orbs and have his intro up, takes like 800k from a 10 million damage super attack. If it's before he attacks, right? Somebody is gonna say that, and they'll be like, "Yeah, the calcs don't lie." I'm gonna respond and say, "Okay, does that situation ever exist? When do you turn 1, you know, have the Super Saiyan 2 plus Super Saiyan 2 Goku plus Majin Vegeta double LR team, and you have that unit and you don't put them slot 1, or you don't like use the Goku side of that unit with the dodge, and or like when do you get this? Like, when is this massively hurting you just drastically? Like, when is this like, okay, this is fucked, like this is, oh my god, this is so bad, like how is this hurting you so drastically? Like, when does the scenario exist? It's like, oh, you get bad rotations and all this and all that, and it's like and there, and it's like, dude, I just, this is what I'm trying to say, is like, you cannot take these like single scenarios and just like use them as a basis for how good the unit is. Oh, before attacking with nothing, not a lot of the, not like his team has like, other like crazy amounts of supports that can completely change this, and links, and not links, but like phase 2 support that's multiplicative. Like it is, like I said, there's a lot going on in the game right now for people to just like take one calc situation and push agendas off it, and that's all they do. That's all you see accounts like Rody, and like I was just arguing with someone in particular who I was certain was rage baiting me, was talking about the new Goku unit not being that strong. It's like they find this one situation with calcs. They kind of ignore how units work and any intricacies in their kit that make it so that those scenarios that expose them are much more infrequent than you think they would be, if based on how they talk. And they ignore those scenarios, they ignore all those other factors, and they take the worst case scenario and they say, look, this is actually quite a bad situation. I'm like, yeah, that is a bad situation, but why didn't you just do this? Like, why not do this? It's like if I were to say, oh yeah, like the 7th anniversary LRs suck because on their second turn they just get blown away. And it's like, well, I'm saying like, okay, if on their second turn they get blown away, and why don't you just float them their first turn? It's like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's intricate things. It's not intricate, and it's not really complex. It's just like very simple things about the character's kits that sort of cover for flaws. And I think that this character just like, oh, turn 1 right away, if it's a 10 million super attack, you can't put him directly in front of it and not take a certain amount of damage, but he still can live it. It's just he should be taking less. It's like, dude, clearly the issue here is what I was talking about before, where the character is good for the difficult content, but not good compared to other units, and not absolutely perfect, and so people are complaining. You know what I mean? It's a bit of a conundrum. Yeah, this is that tweet. Every Sunday EZA has been fucked. God, Goku. Yeah, the Sunday EZAs have not been crazy. AGL Bardock was terrible. Physical Transformer Vegeta was terrible. INT Broly was like below mid. It's just, this guy is just okay. He's just good. I'm really scared for what they're going to do for God Goku, because that's a character I'm hyped for too. I really want to see him do well. Is that the last ones? Yeah, that's the last one. But let me know what you guys think. Obviously, when I go over Dokkan Twitter and look at like how negative they're being, it's just like, or how like what their reactions are. It's pretty typical that you see them be extremely negative, and so like, it's, what can you say? Like, that's just what happens on Dokkan Twitter. But I want to show like that side of it, because obviously if you're like if you're just on YouTube and you're not like super well versed in the Dokkan community, and you're not like actively refreshing Twitter all the time, you might not see or understand what's going on in the community, maybe, and the community opinions on it. But still, regardless, I think just use the unit in game, and if you have fun with them, you have fun with them, and that's really all that matters. And I think that's what the devs are kind of intended with that Majin Vegeta, is they changed his design to be something that maybe they thought was more fun. But I hope you guys have a good day.